Welcome, everybody. It's the Merle on the Move radio show. Special episode tonight. Going to go over a lot of stuff. You know what today is? Today is February the 10th, 2024. Today's my cake day. Yes. So welcome to the program, everybody. It's a very special day. It's going to be a special show. A lot of stuff I'm going to go over. Wasn't going to do a show. If you listened last week, I said it. What? It's on the fence. But a lot of new subscribers. Shout out to the new subscribers to the Merle on the Move show. I appreciate you. Numbers going up. Let's keep them going. Tell a friend, but I appreciate it. And by special request, I was asked. Several people asked me to do a show. Said I could talk about birthdays and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff. I'm going to go over stuff. I'm going to talk about Super Bowl. Super Bowl is tomorrow, so I'm going to go over that. In sports, Iowa State won. I'm going to hit that a little bit. Lakers won yesterday. Hit that a little bit. Golden State won today. Don't really going to cover that, but I'm going to fly over that. I'm going to hit entertainment. Bree was supposed to be here. We went out today. All of us, me and my kids. I'm going to go over my birthday, but she's not here now. I was going to have everybody here, but I'll get to that. Tell you why. It's just me tonight right now on the show. But I'm going to go over entertainment, TV shows, movies. I watched Book of Clarence. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Talk about Raising Kanan, a couple other things in entertainment. Black History Month. I'm going to definitely go over that. I had a story I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Elijah P. Lovejoy. I don't know why I've never really went. I think I might have mentioned Elijah P. Lovejoy before, but I never really went over the story of Elijah P. Lovejoy, so I might get a little deep. I'm going to get that towards the middle to the end of the show. Stay tuned. Listen to it. You'll learn something. It's real deep on history. It's going to get you to know a little bit more about Merle, about who I am, my background, and why I'm so strong on knowing Black history and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk about Elijah P. Lovejoy. You can Google him before I start talking about it if you want to get the gist of it and about where I'm from. It's the history. But yeah, I'm going to go over that. And plus, I'm going to go over Joe Biden. I'm going to go over the border. You know, they did a test, some Connison test or something. Some doctors or some congressmen talking about that, you know, Joe Biden is not capable. He's regressing or something like that. I'm going to give my opinion on it. I'm going to talk about these cards that they're giving the migrants and how it's so easy. They just getting all these accesses and it's harder for normal people over to get it. I'm going to talk about that some. I'm not going to talk about the election because the election ain't here, but I'm going to talk about that some. So anyway, you're listening to Merle on the Move. I'll be right back. You know, I'm going to take a little pause for all my radio, other sponsors that play the show, other segments and stuff like that, streaming sources. So anyway, take a pause. Be right back. This is Merle on the Move. That's that 21 Savage in the background. Back at it. All right, now check it out. So let's get into sports. So Iowa State won today. They beat TCU. They're ranked number 14 now. Moving up in the ranking. I think they'll go up a little bit more. March Madison be coming up real quick. So, yes, shout out to that. Shout out to Iowa State doing real good in basketball. The men's. The Super Bowl's tomorrow. I have, I believe Kansas City's going to win. I wouldn't be mad if Simpson's going to win because I like Brock Purdy. But I believe Kansas City's going to win. Patrick Mahomes. They'll probably get MVP. You know, my conspiracy theory that Travis Kelce will get the MVP and Taylor will run to the field and the camera's going to be on them. You know, he'll get the MVP and they'll be happily ever after married and stuff. But I think Pat Mahomes will probably get it. But, you know, I know San Francisco good. Christian McCaffrey. If he have a good running game and Brock Purdy get those passes and Debo hold up, it could be San Fran. And I think last week I said San Francisco ain't won a Super Bowl. I didn't mean that. I'm surprised nobody called me out on that. I'm really surprised none of my people listening to the show. I got all these comments on this last episode. And maybe y'all understood what I was saying. I wasn't saying that San Francisco hadn't won a Super Bowl because they've won 5. Deion even won one with them. Jerry Rice got like 3 or 4. You know, they got him with Joe Montana. They got him with Steve Young. They haven't won since then. They didn't win any Super Bowls with Elvis Gerbach. Didn't win. Alex Smith didn't win a Super Bowl. Who else they have? Jimmy G, Garoppolo didn't win Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl with Alex Smith and I was no with my man Colin Kaepernick. They went to the Super Bowl against Baltimore, but they lost. But yeah, they won Super Bowls before, but recently they haven't won. They haven't won with the coach that they have now, Shanahan. They haven't won the Super Bowl. They've been to a Super Bowl, but they haven't won. So that's what I was saying. They haven't won recently. Um, but that's what I'm expecting. I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco won, but I believe Kansas City will win. Shout out to Dave. I know you really rooting for that. I know my son Pat Man is putting on it. Speaking of, let me talk about my birthday really quick. So yeah, today's February 10th. This is the first birthday of my life that I'm having that my mom has not called me and said I'm having labor pains. My mom used to call me every birthday or when I was a child. She used to tell me in person. But since I've been grown and living away, she would call me. And recently, the last 5, 6 years, she video called me. And she tell me I'm having labor pains because I'm the only child my mom ever had. My mom ever only gave birth once to me. So she would say that. And when I was younger, I think that was so corny. And this birthday, I really missed that. I was born at 2:58 p.m. February 10th, and my mom passed in October 11th last year, 2023, and this is my first cake day without hearing that. So it's been a great day. I've had a great day. It's been somber, but I've been thinking about my mom, celebrating my mom. I got a special delivery package earlier this week. I believe they came correspondence from my mom. Those that know what I'm talking about. So shout out to that. I do believe in God, and I believe my mom did deliver that package to me. But yeah, so me and my kids, my family, we went out and we did some bowling. Remember, I think I said last week I wanted to do an activity. I didn't want to just sit at home, or I didn't want to go out and get drunk. I did have some drinks, earlier. Did a little day drinking, but I didn't get drunk. Just went out, had some food, a couple drinks, had a good time. But then I went out. We went to. They have a Bass Pro Shop in Altoona, Iowa, and inside this Bass Pro Shop, they have a restaurant called Bucks, something like that. And they have a bowling. They have bowling. It's like a fish theme. Fish, got a fish tank at the bar, but like a thing saltwater tank. And then the bowling lanes is like fish and like ocean. It's really dope. So me, my kids, my son, yeah, all of us. It was a great time. So yeah, we did that. It was pretty cool. Uh, but yeah, so family. Sometimes when you like at times like this, I think Mother's Day is gonna be really hard for me also. But you don't realize that the people that mean the most to you when they leave you, the impact. It's not just that. Like me and my mom were best friends. Like she wasn't just my mother; she was my mother. But we were best friends. Like she would call me and just tell me, show me what she was wearing. That's why I'm subconscious of what I wear. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm fresh all the time, but I'm not the freshest because I gotta act my ways, address my ways. You know what I mean? But my mom she always made sure that she was together. You know what I mean? And I'm a shoe person. I got a nice shoe display over here. Y'all can't see it. You'll see it later on when I get some guests in here. But I stay fresh, and that's because that's what my mom did. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take a little sip of this water. This is a salute to my mother. This, missing her this birthday, but I celebrate my cake day with my mom and my spirit, and I had a good time with my family. So this is to you, mom. All right, all right. Let's go into this entertainment. So I was looking on Shade Room, and I also went to Jason Lee's page. I've been going to that too. I've been checking him out went a little bit more lately. Um, Hollywood Unlocked, I think is what it's called. There's a lot of gossip on there. So Lotto, I seen a lot. I like Lotto. A lot of people, my daughter only she don't get on. She only like Lotto. I like Lotto. Lotto's dope. She's really pretty. I think my daughter told me that Lotto was dating 21 Savage. Didn't know that. She got a tattoo of 21. I didn't know that. And I guess that's true. Maybe it's true. Gossip. I don't really like that. That's why I like her. She ain't got to be on here talking about that. But Lotto's beefing with Ice Spice. I told y'all that last week. She pulled up. She did this video. It's called Sunday Service. She pulling up in 20 Suburbans. She did it. It's a nice song, nice video. Stay clapping back and forth. I just watched this show, this YouTube. Y'all, I've heard that podcast with Bobby. What is Bobby's name? The little white girl. She does the podcast. She did the one with Drake. She did one with Funny Marco, and she was getting all this publicity and stuff. Anyway, because she's kind of like dry, but she interviews all these famous people, and people are like, who is this girl? How she's getting this access to all these celebrities, right? Anyway, she did this show, this podcast I just watched a little while ago with Sukiyano. She's a rapper. You know, it's Suki with the good coochie, but it's the P word. But on the show, she was saying Suki with the good coochie. Funny. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the banter. You know, it was staged kind of because, but they kind of role play back and forth. It's really interesting. You should check that out if you get a chance. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to move on here to movies because I really don't care about the Ice Spice and whatever. A lot of beat back and forth. It's kind of, anyway. The Grammys. I'm going to talk about the Grammys and then I'm going to move on to these movies. So I watched the Grammys. The Grammys was all right. Jay-Z got a Dr. Dre award and went up and was talking about how Beyonce won all these awards but never won Best Album. It's like, that is kind of weird how she won like Best everything but album for year after year. But Taylor Swift won this year. Miley Cyrus won an award for Best Song. Taylor got Best Album over SZA. I think SZA had the best album of the year, but Taylor won. So like I said, I knew it was going to be Travis Kelce's going to get that MVP. But what's weird, the Grammys did not air the Best Rap category. They didn't air it. Killer Mike won Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, and Best Rap Performance. He won all three. He swept the category for rap, and they didn't air it. And he got arrested for something happened, altercation. But anyway, it had nothing to do with the awards. But they didn't air it. And 21 Savage, was it 21 Savage? No, Lil Durk won an award too with that song he got with J. Cole, All My Life. And they didn't air that either. Like, why do they be hating on rap? Rap is the most popular genre of music. They use it in everything, but we don't rap. I say we, because I'm part of that too. You don't get the exposure that we deserve. It's undercover, especially here, like even Des Moines. They love playing rap in the clubs, but they say rap draws some different kind of element. What are you talking about? Black element? What are you trying to say? Anyway, the Grammys, it's whatever. Movies, I'm gonna talk about Raising Kanan, then we'll go to the Book of Clarence. Book of Clarence. Raising Kanan, the season finale was really good. It didn't go the way I wanted. They put a little disclaimer before it happened about suicide, just to give people a warning. Not gonna tell you what happened if you do decide to watch it. Really good. Good twist on it. I enjoyed it. Shout out to 50. I look forward to the next season, but I believe the next series coming out would be BMF. And I think his deal is up with Stars. I think he might be moving on, but I think BMF will be coming, so be looking out for that here. But yeah, check it out. It was really dope. I really enjoyed it. Book of Clarence. I watched this movie. Book of Clarence got Lakeith Stanfield. He's starring in it. It's got a few other people. Alfred Woodard, I believe, is in it. The guy that plays the boyfriend in Hot and Rap Shit that comes on, used to come on Cinemax, I think, something like that. Really good. It's a narrative on the Jesus story, but during Jesus' time. He's not Jesus. He's not portraying Jesus. He is portraying Jesus, but he's not portraying Jesus. You got to watch it to make sense of it, because Jesus is also in it, but it's all black, from the black perspective. Because a lot of the movies, Jesus of Nazareth, when you was younger, it was always white, or you know what I mean. The Moses character was what's that dude's name? Charlton Heston, the NRA dude. He white dude, and he played Moses. And then you got Mel Gibson, Mel Gibson, his movie. But that one dude, white dude, playing, I think it was French or something, Jesus. Anyway, it's no black people. Like, they don't have no, and it's black people. It was Middle East. It's black people. It's brown people at least. Come on now. So anyway, it was dope. And it wasn't it was a satire. I think that's what they call it. It was funny, but it had some meaning. Good. It was good. It was entertaining. As if you want to learn anything about religion and something about that time and keep your attention, it's definitely that. So Book of Clarence, I enjoyed it. Watch it. Don't always look for what you want to see in a book or what you learned growing up. Take what you learned growing up and apply it to your mind and enjoy some things and learn some things and filter it. Use your filter. We all got that. So anyway, I really did enjoy that. So let me move on to this Black History because it is Black History Month. So let me tell you guys about a little bit about me, and I'm gonna tell you about Elijah P. Lovejoy. I'm from a town, small town, 15 minutes from downtown St. Louis. On a good day, on a good non-hazy day, my mom lived off of Red Street. If you live in Alton, people in Alton that listen to the show, y'all know the area. It's right off the bluffs, right by the river, right? It's a 5-minute walk to the Mississippi River from where my mom lived at. On a good day, you can see the arch. Real talk. Y'all know that. You go stand on Red Street and look towards the bridge. To the right or the west, you can see the arch on a good day. Anyway, that being said, the town that I'm from is probably one of the most racist towns in America. And I watch a lot of history. You know what I mean? And I watch all my facts. I don't just watch one thing. And I read. My mom, if you know me, my mom was a avid reader, and she made sure that I read all the time. And where we're from, where the town Alton is like I said, it's right on the river. So Missouri was a slave state. And if you cross the river to Illinois, it's a free state. A lot of people, why a lot of black people don't swim. Makes sense, huh? A lot of people, you know what I mean? Can swim because you had to swim for fear. It's different swimming for sport or swimming for fun. When you swimming for fear, that's a different feeling. Because you swimming for your life and you get in water, whether you like it or not, an unknown water. But look, I'm getting off on a tangent if I get on that too far. But let me get back to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Elijah P. Lovejoy. So Elijah P. Lovejoy is from the town that I'm from. Robert Wadlow is also from the town that I'm from. I'm gonna also tell you guys about this monument that's in this area that I'm from about the Civil War. It's what is the people in the South called? I forget what they're called. Yeah, the Union Soldiers, Confederate. That's what they call it. Confederate monument also in the same town. I'm talking about Alton. Alton is in Illinois. It's on the Illinois side. Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas did a debate in Alton before he was president. He was running for president because when slavery was still a thing. So let me give you guys a quick synopsis of what I'm talking about. So Elijah P. Lovejoy was born. Hold on, let me start from the beginning. Elijah P. Lovejoy was born November 9th, 1802, and he died November 7th, 1837. So he died. He was only 35 years old. He was a young man. He was born, he was a newspaper editor, and he's an abolitionist. He was born in Massachusetts, Boston. New England, I'm sorry. Lovejoy was born in New England and graduated from Colby College. He started his teaching career and moved to Missouri, to St. Louis, Missouri. And he started a newspaper. What was the newspaper called? Oh, no, he went. Oh, so anyway, he came to Missouri during the Missouri Compromise. So before, Missouri was not a state, and they wanted to be part of the Union, but they was on the fence. That's how slavery, because it was 13 states, I think, or 12 states. It was 12 Union states, and it was 12 slave states. Missouri wasn't a state yet. Missouri wanted to be part of the United States, but they wanted to be a slave state. So they gave Maine. The North got the state of Maine to be in the Union, a free state, and they let Missouri be a slave state. Then later on, Kansas came in, and that's when the divide came. But that's later on. So anyway, he came. Elijah P. Lovejoy came to Missouri under the Missouri Compromise in 1820. Missouri entered the United States as a slave state. Lovejoy edited a newspaper, but returned east for a time and studied in the ministry in Princeton University. On his return to St. Louis, he funded the St. Louis Observer, in which he became increasingly more critical of slavery and power interests preceding slavery. Facing threats and violent attacks, Lovejoy decided to move across the river to Alton, Illinois, a free state. However, Alton was also tied to the Mississippi River. Economy easily reached over to anti-Lovejoy Missourians and badly split over the abolition cause. So basically saying it was like they could still come over and get at him. People from Missouri, even though he was in Alton. Plus the people in Alton too. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of people in Alton that didn't want it either. That lived in Alton and they worked in Alton. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to it. So in Alton, Lovejoy was fatally shot during the attack of pro-slavery mob. The mob was seeking to destroy a warehouse owned by the Winthrop, Sejan Gilman, and Benjamin Godfrey. It's a township outside of Alton called Godfrey. I don't know much about him. I'll find out more about him later on. Which held Lovejoy's printing press. The abolitionist materials, according to John Quincy Adams, who was the president at the time, which led Lovejoy's printing press earthquake throughout sent an earthquake throughout the country. The Boston Recorder wrote that these events called both event part of the lands of the blast, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so basically what it's saying, it caused a big uproar about slavery and stuff like that. So let's move forward. That also says, when informed about the murder, John Brown said publicly, John Brown was a preacher. He took his sons and robbed the armory in Kansas City and got the guns and gave it to the slaves and did a revolt. Tried to do the first slave revolt, and he was a preacher because he believed that if you're a Christian person, you shouldn't have any man in bondage. So he was trying to free his brothers. So shout out to John Brown. But it says, when informed about the murder of Elijah P. Lovejoy, John Brown said publicly, "Here before God, in the presence of these witnesses from this time, I consecrate my life to the destruction of slavery. Lovejoy, often seen as a martyr in the abolitionist cause in the free press, and Lovejoy monument, they got a monument that was erected in 1897. Now, the murder of Lovejoy also sparked a lot of stuff with John Brown, what happened like 1857, which also led to the Civil War because of the Dred Scott case. Now, also, before I go, I don't want to let go of this real quick. Now, when I was in the 4th grade, I went to the school. Elijah P. Lovejoy is really big in the town of Alton. The school I went to in the 4th grade was called Lovejoy Elementary. My mother also went to Lovejoy Elementary. It's in a part of Alton called Mexico. So the area in Alton they call Mexico. That's the elementary school I went to. And in the 4th grade, they always do, the monument that they erected. They do a wreath ceremony, and the Telegraph was the newspaper that he founded because they shot him in the head and threw his print press that they found. I just read you the story in the river and threw his body. They shot him 5 times, something like that, and threw his body in the river too. Well, they found his body and it put him in his tomb, and they erected this monument, right? And it had a wreath. And when I was in the 4th grade, the Alton Telegraph came down and took a picture of me standing behind the wreath. And so I was in the paper when I was in the 4th grade. So that means something to me. So I got a connection to Elijah P. Lovejoy even when I was a child. So I'm going to also read you this story that Alton don't talk about. When you Google Alton, I said they talk about Elijah P. Lovejoy. They talk about Robert Wadlow. They talk about the Pie-Saw bird. I might tell y'all that story another time about the Pie-Saw bird. They talk about that. They talk about the haunted history of Alton and Mineral Springs Hotel and all the ghosts and stuff like that, because Alton is one of the scariest or haunted towns in America. But they don't talk about this. Now, Alton, Illinois, had the first federal prison in the whole state of Illinois. It was in 1808 or in the early 1820s, something like that. And they used it during the Civil War. And when they used it in the Civil War, when the Civil War was over, they had a monument, a Civil War monument of the Confederate soldiers buried in Alton. And a lot of residents in Alton don't know about it, but I did. I found out about it because I used to walk all over the town when I was a child. But anyway, so this is about it. Historical information. It says the prison building in Alton, Illinois was constructed in 1833 to serve as the Illinois State Prison located in the lower area close to the Mississippi River. The state of Illinois abandoned the prison in 1860 in the urging of social reform. Some kind of diarrhea, some kind of disease was going around killing them, I guess. It says who complained about dysteria or something like that, who complained about the unhealthy conditions there. Soon after the outbreak of the Civil War, the federal government reopened the facility in the Confederate prison. The maximum capacity of the Alton prison was estimated at 800 people. In the last year of the war, it held close to 1,900 Confederate prisoners. You heard what I just said about that. Held 1,900. It was supposed to only hold 800. So anyway, now said Alton, it was a Union prison, but they held Confederate prisoners. So when they was having a battle in Missouri, they would ship them over to this prison in Alton. They would hold them. So you holding all the people that's fighting to keep slavery in Alton. So let me keep going. So anyway, so many Confederate prisoners had intimate. Says many Confederate prisoners, the inmate population was an average. Was a bunch of disease. And over the course of the smallpox, and got a lot of hundreds of prisoners got sick and died. So because they got sick and died, they said they had to have a place to put them. So it says Confederates who died from the causes other than smallpox was transferred 2 miles north of Alton in a known area called Buck Inn. So that area that the cemetery in that I'm telling you guys about is called Buck Inn. That part I didn't know. I just learned that today. But anyway, it says they moved them to an area called Buck Inn. This became the official prison burial ground, and today is the location of the North Alton Confederate Cemetery. That's what it's called, the North Alton Confederate Cemetery. And it says the memorials right here. It says the Confederate monument erected by the United Daughters of the Confederacy. Now, check this out. The United Daughters of the Confederacy, those are the same people, the same organization that got the Stonewall in Georgia. They got the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights with the hoods, and it's got Robert E. Lee and George Jefferson Bears, the president of Confederate, on the wall in Georgia, on the big stone wall of Georgia, whatever it is. That's the same group that paid for that to be done. The same group that paid for that to be done. The same group that was trying to pay for all the Confederate flags and all those statues to be around. That same group is the same group that paid for that. It's 54. It says that statue is 58 feet high. The Confederate soldiers in the statue in the prison or whatever is described with bronze plaques, and it says it's 1,354 names. So it's 1,354 bodies in that ground. Confederate soldiers in that ground, in Alton, North Alton. So that's some Black history. You didn't know? That's so you got that's, and I don't know if that's probably might be common. I don't know. That might be in a lot of different northern towns. I mean, you would expect it to be Confederate burial grounds in the South, even in St. Louis or even in Missouri, Jeff City. You know what I mean? Hannibal. But in Alton. And they don't talk about that. Like I said, when you Google it, it's a picture of it, but they don't talk about it, because it's ugly history. And they take care of it. When you go to and check it out, National Cemetery, it's a national cemetery. The government pay tax. The people of Alton are paying taxes on that. So anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about that. I hope y'all followed along with that. I hope y'all didn't pause and go off on the show on that. I think that was good information. Tell me about your town. Tell me some stuff you know about your town. You know what I'm saying? Black History Month. Let's share. Black history is everybody's history. It's white people's history. It's Asian people. It's everybody's history. Everybody's included in this because it's American history. Because Black people in America are Americans. I said that already before. So let's move on to the politics of the world. Politics of the world. We're going to talk about politics. I'll talk to you about Joe Biden. Oh, Joe Biden. Oh, Joe Biden. He old. He old, man. That brother old. What we doing? Why are we trying to let 80-year-old men to lead this country and you got all these wars going on? Joe Biden don't want to close the border. The Republicans don't want to close the border by acting like they want to close the border and saying, Joe Biden, he closed the border anytime he won't. Y'all don't want, because if you close the border, y'all going to cause some other stuff. See, y'all just trying to wait. Y'all pimping and pandering trying to wait for Trump to be president. Because he's the shadow president. That's what y'all waiting on. That's all you waiting on. You waiting on him to get elected so y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all can rock and roll. That's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. See, Democrats, y'all scary. Y'all punks. Y'all scared. Y'all scared to do anything. I don't want to do it. Don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to step on no toe. Let them come in. What are you doing? That's why people don't rock with. That's why they rocking with Trump. Because they think, but Trump gonna do something. Dude gonna do something. We might not like what he do, but he gonna do something. Joe Biden ain't doing nothing. Where you at? Kamala, I was looking at CNN right here. Let me get on CNN real quick. Where's it at? Where's CNN now? Breaking news on CNN. Kamala says right here, said the Arab American community leaders postponed meeting with Harris, sources say. The administration faces obstacles trying to make inroads in the community over the White House support for Israel in the war with Hamas. Because the world, because they are killing people. Even I heard they seen Joe Biden talking about, we don't agree with what he's doing over there. We're telling him to hold up. He's going too far. He ain't stopping. Benjamin Netanyahu, whatever his name is over there, he ain't stopping. The Israeli prime minister, he ain't stopping. They say they trying to move 1 million people out of some part of Gaza that ain't even supposed to be going in. Trying to move them out. Joe Biden ain't securing the border. He letting people come in and get housing, debit cards for food, and veterans can't even get food stamp cards. They got to go through so much red tape to get denied to prove that they citizens, and you know they citizens. But you got people coming in that you know ain't citizens, and you just giving them stuff. You just say, here, take it. I don't think that's fair. You sending all this money to Ukraine, and Russia's moving in on Ukraine right now. They ain't holding that. Joe Biden, y'all trying to put this time about we gonna put money to hire more border patrol down here, but you gotta send some more money to Ukraine. But everything going up, man, we going broke. You better stop. You better stop sending money over there. You better stop sending money over there. Yeah, Putin gonna take them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little baby. I'm sorry. He gon' take Ukraine. Cause we ain't gonna send. They ain't finna. I don't know how, but they might. They always find money. They ain't gonna send us nothing. What are we gonna do? Trump say he gonna let them. Trump come. He gonna let Putin have it. Biden is like, you got your toe in the water. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't moving nothing. You're a Democrat. You ain't moving nothing. You ain't doing nothing for us. You ain't doing nothing to secure the border. You ain't doing nothing for them other countries. You letting see, because Israel don't need your help. Israel don't need no aid. We give them money anyway. We been giving them money. They on the hook. We ain't gonna stop giving them money, and they don't need nothing. They're not going up against a superpower. Israel is the superpower over there. It's the Palestinians. They ain't fighting the Palestinians, but it's Hamas. They are the ones that's the poor people in that fight. Ukraine, they're going up against Russia. They need all the help they can get. As soon as they stop getting the help, Russia's like, that's over. Next. USA, you next. Since you wanted to help them. Huh? What you thought? And where I don't see us sending no money over there. I don't want $1 of my check going over there. Not $1, bruh. Gas was down. That's back up. And Trump finna come in, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where we going. And people like him. And I keep telling y'all, I don't dislike the dude. I just can't vote for it. It's 80 years. Nikki, what you doing? He trying to clown her about her husband. Trump says that he would encourage Russia to do whatever the hell he say he want to NATO country that doesn't pay enough. People like to talk like that. All right, keep talking. See, but he gonna bow down. See, he ain't tough. Trump is not a tough dude. He ain't never been punched in the face. Trump ain't never been punched in the face. He ain't tough. Putin was a fighter. Dude was like Secret Service over in Russia. A lot of these other leaders have been through it, man. Trump ain't been through nothing. Biden ain't been through nothing. He been through some chaos. He been through some drama. But man, Biden an old man. They trying to get him up out of there. And they know he can't do another 4 years. That's why they're trying to put his physical thing on the line right now. And I don't blame him, because I don't believe he can do another. Not only do I not believe he can do it, I don't want him to. I have no faith in him doing another 4 years. And I don't like Kamala. I don't like her. I would not vote for her ever, never, ever. Nikki Haley, where you at? And I'm not saying I'm going to vote for her either, but man, I'm voting for her over them. Where you at? You left Iowa, you forgot about. You didn't like Iowa. She didn't like Iowa. She's on the Breakfast Club. Where you at, though? You better step your game up, Nikki. What you doing? Trump's like, knocking him out. He come for Joe Biden. Joe Biden is not a contest for Trump. No contest. Joe Biden, you are no contest. That's why you ain't even talking to nobody. I don't know what you're doing, man. You just counting the days down. At least he was president. That's what he gonna say. Hey, Jimmy Carter, George Bush Sr., one-term Gerald Ford, Richard Nixon. He's one-term president. Lyndon Johnson. One-term presidents, bro. Trump coming back. He gonna be second president. I don't know how many presidents do that. Has there ever been a president that was president and tried to impeach him twice, trying to put him in jail when he's trying to run again, and end up being president again? That's just building his legacy. They gonna call him the best. In 50 years, he's gonna be the best president ever. They gonna say it. I'm not saying it because of his record. I'm saying the things, the stories they gonna say. Unless the world changed for a whole different way. I don't even know where if he become president. I don't know the world gonna be around 50 years. Anyway, y'all listen to On the Move. And I appreciate it. It's my cake day. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. And I did a longer show than I thought I was gonna do. Now, celebrate your boy. You know what I mean? Those that tune in, I think I said on social media, like, share, tell a friend, help me out. Give my numbers up. Keep it going. It's Merle on the Move. I don't like to be pimping and pandering, you know what I'm saying? But, something all thirsty out here. But, I think it's good content, don't you think? Anyway, humans first. Be a good human. Love.